What's going on, everybody? LegnaK here for the Pokemon VGC Dallas Regionals Breakdown. I know I've been really wanting to do this, but at this point it's like super late at night, so if I sound a little unenthusiastic or anything, I do highly apologize. But I do want to get this down. First of all, I want to say, Happy New Year's, guys. I'm afraid that I am getting this on the 3rd. It's coming out on the 3rd. It was supposed to be out on the 2nd. I feel super, super bad about this, but a bunch of things came up, and, well, I mean, better late than never, right? I mean, I know I have a track record of never uploading something if it gets late, and that is something that's going to change this year. But without further ado, I want to say to everybody who participated in the Dallas VGC, you guys did absolutely amazing. It doesn't matter if you went 9-0 like my good friend Austin. Shoutouts to him. He's such a good dude. I'm afraid that, and it pains me to see that he didn't make it all the way to the champion. Like, he did super good. He played his heart out. So before anything, I want to give him a huge shout out. Like, the dude definitely deserved the final spot, and it was just unfair that he did not make it. And I really, really, really wish that he did. And it's not for me. He deserved it. But second of all, everybody that I did meet, all the new people, all the new faces, especially the people that it was the first regionals that I came up against, everybody did so good. Even the people who didn't know what they were doing still did so good. I gotta hand it to every single person. And just even the people that, are coming in from, the Dallas Regionals to see this video, thank you guys. Like, you guys made it worth going there to begin with. Like, I love battling, I love everything. The people I met, the people I talked to, the people I battled, absolutely everybody. The atmosphere was amazing. So if you guys are even interested in going to a regionals, I highly recommend it. It's some of the most fun you'll ever have. It is just, it's absolutely beautiful. It's mind-boggling. It's like, I cannot actually describe on how well it is. But without further ado, this is what you guys came for. You guys came for the breakdown on the team. I went a quick overview. I didn't do as hot as I wanted to. I know I made some major misplays, and a lot of it was I was talking to my teammate. Shouts to Ankle94. Met him. He's pretty big, well known in the VGC community on Pokemon Showdown, and we met and we were talking because we both knew each other, but we didn't really know each other. And that's one play I I messed up, and I'll get to that later, like in the last quarter or last third of the video. But I do want to say I did go 5 and 4, which it could be so much better, but it could be so much worse. It could be so much worse. I'm happy. I'm not bummed out at all that I didn't make it. Like, honestly, I come there to have fun. I do, everybody wants to win, but even if you don't win, it's not a problem. Like, you just go there for the experience. But that being said, 5 and 4, it could be worse, but it could be so much better. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to kind of go down the ones that you see on the right side. That is my team that I did bring. It was such a fun team. Like, I honestly could not wish for a better team. Like, this was like such a solid team, except this is the one issue I had. Did not have a good muck counter. That is being changed. What I will describe what my next team is possibly going to be. I say possibly because it's still in the works, it's only been 2 days. But we will continue on there. First up is the adorable little Axel Rose, the Whimsicott. Oh my gosh, this little guy did so much. Like, honestly, I could not ask for a better, support mon. Whimsicott is my favorite fairy type Pokemon. It's just, it's absolutely adorable. And that's kind of why I chose it. I also chose it because last year he did really well supported. He has a dual support between him and Crobat in the VGC 16 format. And I was like, I'm gonna try something. We needed a grass counter for big threats like Gastrodon, which is starting to really pick up steam. And I was like, you know what? Let's go Gastrodon. I mean, let's go Whimsicott. Whimsicott did us good last year. We're gonna see what he does this year. And honestly, I would not ask for anything else. Axel, one of my favorite Pokemon. Like, it did so good, and I'm just super happy with it. It was packing the Energy Ball, Tailwind, Moon Blast, and Taunt to take out, Porygon 2, Oranguru. Pretty much even, well, didn't take out the Slowbros, because Slowbro, gets oblivious. But, we also ran it with Timid Nature, Bright Powder, because later on you'll see what I was holding the Focus Sash. But we ran Bright Powder. It actually worked a couple times, which was super good. It was actually one of the people that I was going against that was not exactly the nicest person. I'm not going to say anything derogatory, but they were not exactly the nicest. And they kind of threw a fit at the fact that they went to hit it with a flash cannon, and the flash cannon missed. And they're like, well, how'd that happen? Why'd that happen? Are you cheating? I'm like, and I literally just, bridged my nose with, that little, oh my god, really, kind of deal. And I was like, no, I'm not cheating. And they're like, well, how did that happen? And, I told them after, game 2 when I swept them, Bright Powder, because, I mean, there's a reason behind putting Bright Powder on Whimsicott, besides the fact that, the Sash was already in use, and that is because, it's a little prankster Pokemon. You look at its Pokédex, it's like, it squeezes in through, like, keyholes and doors, and it just it moves around furniture. It's a little prankster, and, being able to evade, like, these moves every now and then just added to its little prankster ability, and this is why I love this guy so much, because even when it seemed like I was going to lose a match, him evading something that was 100% accuracy was just that point that I really needed, and I was super happy that, it pulled through. And honestly, I think if it actually activated a little more often, I probably would have gone undefeated, but that's not what I was hoping for, because as you guys know, I hate hexing the opponent to death. That is the one thing I completely dislike. But I was running, let's get down to the spreads and stuff. It was, Axel is running 252 speed, 252 attack, or special attack, I should say. Nothing too, overly complicated. The last 4 was in, I think it was in special defense. Like, it was not even, like, really used. It's like, okay, it's just going to be there. I really like this guy, and I was super happy for using it. I know I keep saying that. Alright, moving on to the next Pokemon. That would be our boy, Big Kahuna the Tapu Koko. This guy, he did some major damage. Like, honestly, there were some points where I thought I wasn't going to win, or there were points that I thought I might not be able to pull it out, and he finished it. Because this Expert Belt, Electric Surge, Timid Nature, again, it's 252 speed, 252 special attack, and I think the last 4 was in HP. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what it was, because it's been a while since I did all the EV training on him, and I was super happy the way he turned out. Hidden Power Fire, absolutely amazing for taking out Kartana. Like, there were so many people that were, running Assault Vest Kartana, and this one guy, really cool dude. I want to say it may have been Major Bowman. I managed to take out his Kartana. Shoutouts to him, like, big shoutouts to Major Bowman and everybody else in the Showdown community who actually helped me battle and train before the matches and stuff, because I didn't get really much a week beforehand. But, throughout the beginning of the 2017 series, everybody I battled, I just want to give a huge shout out to. I can't name every single one of them because I have over 1,000 battles already. That being said, I do remember Major Bowman. I never won against him. I never won. I didn't even win this one. This was one of the many losses I had. But he was running, I believe it was either Assault Vest or Focus Sash. I don't remember which Kartana he was running, but I remember he was not expecting the Hidden Power Fire just to come out of nowhere and just hit him really hard. Dazzling Gleam didn't do as much because there's not that many, Pokemon that are weak to it. Like, there is the occasional dragon, but we had other counters for dragon types. So, if anything, the Thunderbolt was the biggest clutch. Like, honestly, Tapu Koko, I'm not going to say was the weakest link, but he wasn't exactly the biggest hitter on the team. He did definitely do what was needed. He helped me win some matches. He was absolutely fantastic in what he did. And for that, honestly, He's a really good Mon. Like, Tapu Koko is my favorite of the Tapus design-wise and probably combat-wise. A close second would obviously be Tapu Bulu because that thing is just scary. Alright, next up is, without a doubt, my favorite Pokemon. And it's really, really, really starting to edge up on Aron as my favorite Pokemon all in general. That would be Prometheus the Metagross. Oh my gosh, this guy from the beginning was a hassle, and he became a vital member to our team. 1,500 eggs to get shiny, and thank the stars that his IVs came out right. You know, we had him, and honestly, I was really afraid because that Meteor Mash is not 100%, and that Zen Headbutt's not 100%, and so he's running some really kind of quote-unquote risky moves, given that Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong. Being the case, I was hesitant to use Metagross, even though he is my favorite competitive use Mon. Needless to say, though, I wouldn't trade anything in the world. He did so good. There were a couple matches that he easily just blew through teams. Like, it didn't matter if they were fairy, it didn't matter if they were resistant. It was that adamant life orb. We were running. I can actually look this up for a second. Because I remember this spread pretty well. I think it is 252 attack, adamant nature. Like there's going to be a pace bin below for everything. So if I do mess it up, please don't tear my head off. But 252 attack, it was 92 hit points and 164 special defense. Like, I know that's one of those things. It's like, why? I was actually going for a off bulk tank because I know that there's a lot of special hitters, and it actually came in clutch with a lot of moves because there was one guy, he got so mad because he had a Pelipper, it was a Golduck out of the rain, hit me with a Hydro Vortex, and I survived. And he's like, well, I specifically trained it to take out Metagross. And I was like, well, this is a bulk tank. So, and I was really cool with it because I won the match. I was like, I'm just gonna tell you it's a bulk tank and stuff like that. He's like, well, I've never seen a bulk tank before, and I was like, well, it obviously worked now, didn't it? Not trying to be, I wasn't trying to be cocky, but I was like, that it's the little things that nobody expects that really, really work out for you. And honestly, I would not trade this for anything in the world. The only thing I would trade out is that Meteor Mash, for Iron Head. I wish that Iron Head was a viable move that he naturally learned. I really, 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 really wish that he got that, because otherwise it was an uphill battle that I was very, very hesitant for. And needless to say, I'm super happy I have him on my team. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't think I have any other choice but to keep him no matter what. This is my boy Metagross. It's my boy Prometheus. He's been around since late 2015, so I don't think he's going anywhere else. Alright, so next up we have one Pokemon that was kind of a last minute thing. I can't say last minute, but it was like a week before I wanted the deadline, so about 2 weeks before the regionals. I was like, I need a good dragon type. I like Garchomp, but I'm not going to run Garchomp because I already have, nothing. I don't have anything that's not grounded. And, sorry about that, I had to mute my mic for a second. But I needed something that wasn't grounded. So I was thinking Flygon, but Flygon would give me it wouldn't be as offensive as I need be. Yeah, retrospect, Flygon would have been good for taking out Muck, but that's about it, just in my personal opinion. So we went with this beautiful, beautiful Salamence Earhart. She did so good. Timid, this Dragon Carrier was really, really good, and I'm really happy the way she came out. Like, she's, again, the typical 252 speed, 252 special attack, typical dragon, packing Flamethrower, Hydro Pump, Protect, and Draco Meteor. Like, she was just, it was super, super helpful. There was even a match where I knew that Gastrodon would have survived. I knew Earhart, she was about to go down. There was absolutely nothing, so I hit that Hydro Pump, gave my Gastrodon, gave Squishy that really much needed special attack boost. She went down, Squishy picked up that win. So, I mean, it was even used as a tech support. Like, I can't really say tech support, but it was used to a support mon to an extent, and that's what I love about this team, is because even full offensive mons were capable of being supportive. such as this with Gastrodon. It was a really good team, and like Earhart, she did so good. Like I'm honestly really glad that I chose her over any other dragon type because I thought about Gudra. Gudra's a little too. It doesn't hit nearly as hard, but it's very bulky. I thought about it, opted not to. I thought about Garchomp, as I said previously. Decided not to. I thought about Flygon. I was really leaning towards Flygon. Decided not to, and I was like, you know what? I asked any of my friends if they had a spare breedable bag on. They had one. I was like, I'm going to give it a try. I got a Hydro Pump Gyarados, bred the two, and this is where she came from. Absolutely amazing. I honestly could not be happier about using her. She was beautiful, she was amazing, and honestly, it was really good with the Intimidate. It actually helped out a lot too. Um, but yeah, moving on to the next one. This was the only Ultra Beast that I really considered using this season, except for Celesteela, but I opted not to go Celesteela, solely for the fact being it was so overused. I already had a Steel type. I didn't need a bigger Fire type weakness because I was already packing Whimsicott and Metagross. And I really just did not want to run Celesteela because it's so stally. Nobody wants to be in that. And it was just, yeah, there was so many things I did not want about Celesteela. I decided to go for the next best thing, which was Nihilego Lily. Jesus. This thing, Nihilego Lily, was so good. I don't know where to begin. Like, if I decide to keep the KO counters, like how many killed, she was easily number one. She hit so hard. She knocked out Dragon with her Hidden Power Ice. She knocked out the Fairy types. It was like there was not a Fairy type that could really stand with that Sludge Bomb because we never came across a Klefki. That Power Gem was so good for taking out the one Talonflame that we've seen. Also taking out other Dragon types that were, you know, not Dragon types, I'm sorry, Flying types that were a little bulkier. That I knew that, you know, getting that stab was much more efficient than getting that Hidden Power off. You know, there were just so many things that Lily was so good at. I was so happy with using her. She was running the Focus Sash, which was, again, why we gave Axel Rose the Whimsicott, the Bright Powder, but it came in such clutch. You know, there were people that were running, you know, Heavy Slam, Mudsdale, Heavy Slam Gigalith, and stuff like that, and just Lily was sitting there surviving. Man, to chip it just away, just chip the opponent just enough, you know, able to get Whimsicott that kill, or able to get Metagross that kill, or able to get Salamence that kill, or just anybody. She was good enough to the point where even if she didn't get the kill, she had enough credit. There was even a time where she was the one who got all 4 kills. Like, it was a massacre with her. She's just such a good mon, and it pained me a little to see that I never went up against another Nihilego, because Nihilego is such a good Ultra Beast and so overlooked. I guess it's only fair because she's super papery in defenses, and she just does not deal well with any kind of ground move. So I guess that's understandable. Alright, next up is one of the bigger MVPs in the group and has been on my team for quite a long time. Squishy the Gastrodon. I honestly thought and pondered for a good water type team member and a good ground type team member, even though it doesn't get any ground type moves that are decent as of right now. And that was every single time I tried writing down a team, every time I tried drafting down a team, it came Gastrodon. I tried running a Araquanid, it was getting bodied by Gastrodon. I tried running a, Wishy-Washy, kept getting bodied by Gastrodon. Every single time, it was like Gastrodon was without a doubt the only answer anybody could get. And honestly, it's not that I didn't want to run Gastrodon, because Gastrodon did super good in 2016. It was able to counter the big 6 to an extent with its Earth Power, did so much damage to Groudon. It completely walls Wolfie Glick's team the way I was running it, because it was able to take out Rayquaza. It was pretty much immune to anything that Raichu could throw at it. Kyogre, it would take forever to kill it, whittle it down, and you'd have to rely on the freeze hacks for Kyogre to kill Gastrodon, that is. Hitmontop didn't really affect it because the Intimidate tech like, honestly, Gastrodon was just super good last year, and honestly, I wanted to go into this year using the same team as last year, barring the Mega, barring the banned Pokemon, because practically my my team could probably just come in the same way, just, replace it for Salamence, and Groudon would be something else. That's beside the point, that's last year. What I'm saying is, Gastrodon was so good. Actually, when I get to the battle points, get to the battles on how I did on the battles. It was actually a really funny story involving Gastrodon, which is at the very last match. So it's going to be a little while I go to talk about this. But Gastrodon did so good. This one was such a good set. I just realized I didn't tell you guys the Lego set, which was literally just, again, 252 speed, 252 special attack, and 4 special defense. So backtracking on Lily for a second. But for Gastrodon, it is 124 HP, 252 defense, 124 special defense, and 8 special attack. It was so good. And I am so sorry that I keep muting every now and then. I'm having bad coughing fits. I'm really not feeling good. And I do apologize about that. But we were also running the Calm Nature because I really like the bulky sets, because I know a lot of people were like, you should really try and run Bold instead. Bold's probably better. But I was like, I want the special bulk because there's a lot more special attackers because so many Intimidate mons. And it worked out. It really worked out. It was really nice. We were running Toxic for other Gastrodons, Porygon 2s, and such like that. The heavier hitting walls that you couldn't really touch otherwise. So that came in handy. Ice Beam was for taking out dragons and taking out Tapu Bulu, like getting Tapu Bulu in a switch in, doing some damage. Like, it was hitting like a absolute monster. Recover, obviously, for that extra, oomph, to help with the leftovers and stuff like that. It was very, very clutch in some matches too, which I'll get into later on from the ones I can remember. And obviously the Scald for the same type of attack bonus, the possible burns, just all out. And in case Gastrodon got frozen, or one of my other teammates got frozen, play that risky game of, thawing him out, possibly burning. It didn't really matter because we only had one physical attacker, which was Metagross, which was, I can't say it was an issue because it did really, really well for us because, as I said, it's mainly a special type meta, and the only physical attacker we had was completely immune to Intimidate, which was terrific. Alright, so moving on to the next bit. I'm just actually going to just kind of like scroll through these guys, not in that speed or anything, but we're going to go about how these games went. Alright, as I said, I went 5-4. I was so glad that I finished over odds. I mean, not over odds. Over odds is like, yeah. I finished over than under instead of, getting 5-4 and instead of 4-5. I was actually talking to the group that we were standing in line with, like, we stuck together. So shout outs to, Bernie, TJ, Ahmed, Groudon Empire. You guys got to go check him out. The dude is awesome. Like, he was the one guy that we were hanging out with and stuff like that. He's really cool. Like, all these guys were like super cool. Actually, I'm gonna throw Groudon Empire's link in the description below. Definitely please go check him out. He was such a cool guy. But anyways, we were talking and I was actually joking around on round 8. I was like, look, I probably just might as well just forfeit right now, go on 4-4, that way I don't run the risk of going 4-5. But I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did continue on because I finished over odds. First round was an easy 2-0 win. That one, trying to remember because like that, we battled for like 9-10 hours straight. It was ridiculous. We didn't finish until 11 at night, which was, oh my god. it was fun. It was worth it, but that is an endurance on the trainers itself, like the Pokemon and the trainers itself. But we 2-0'd, like the guy had a Gastrodon himself. But he took out my Whimsicott before I had a chance to shut down the his own Gastrodon. His Gastrodon hit my Salamence, and I knew it was going to be over, but my Salamence actually survived on 22 hit points. And I remember that because the guy got, like, very easily distraught, which is understandable, because you'd think Salamence is super frail. And I'm not saying that in any derogatory way towards Salamence, but it was way too it didn't make any sense that it survived. So, I mean, we continued on. I devastating Draked it, destroyed it. And then round two, the Gastrodon hit me and took it out, which we were both like equally confused. So I mean, round one, like it was easily in my favor. The dude he was new at it, so he had somewhat of an inexperience. He never really played Showdown. He doesn't play Showdown that often, and stuff like that. The second match, oh my god, I remember the second match really well because like I was telling my friends it's like I'm doing so good, and I didn't say I was doing so good, but I was like I'm doing good. I have a good feeling about this. Bam, got set up right next to Major Bowman, and I sat there. I was like, oh no, because like I realized who it was because I saw his in-game name. It was like Major Bowman. I was like, yeah, okay, I know who you are. You probably don't remember me that often. I'm in the I know you're one of the owner or like heads of Showdown, stuff like that. I'm in there all the time. I fought you a couple times, never won. Never ever won. Don't think it's going to be any different. Sure enough, the first one was a clean 4-0 on me. Like he bodied me. I went 0-4, and I was like, yep, I know this is how it's going to end. And because I couldn't quite get the Kartana out of his sash because it was just a bloodbath. And the second one, I think I got him down, and I went I got him down to one mon. Like, we almost went to game 3, but I think I went down to recoil from Life Orb on Prometheus. Which, I mean, it wasn't bad, and I sat there, I was like, I was a little disheartened because at that point it was like, pretty much if I lose another one, I cannot win. Like, there's no way I can get to day 2. And so I was a little disheartened that I had my first loss so early on, but at the same point, I was like, I'm here to have fun. And I met some cool people. It was the people that I've known to an extent in the Showdown community, which was beyond awesome. Again, thanks to everybody. Shout outs to every single one of them. They're awesome. But turned around and then I came against Ankle 94, who was also in the Showdown, and I noticed his name. I'm like, hey dude, what's going on, man? And like we were talking, we were having a good time and everything, and like and this is what happened first round. First round, I lost. Solely for the fact being is I tailwind first turn and I led with Tapu Koko and Whimsicott. I didn't protect with Tapu Koko. I Dazzling Gleamed him, did some damage to him, tailwinded, and we were talking. I wasn't paying attention. I should have realized I'm still faster. For some reason, I used Protect on my Tapu Koko, which ultimately cost me Game 1. I still sit there and like mentally facepalm that I could have easily blown through him on Game 1 just with Tapu Koko and Whimsicott. It was fun. It was hilarious because like I laughed at it because I was like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. Like I'm just a total idiot. But like it was a funny failure because like I mean. Yeah, it was kind of I can't say life or death situation, but it was a make or break situation, and ultimately it broke me, because Game 2, I bodied him. Game 3 came down to the wire, and I think, if I recall correctly, it was super, super close between Gastrodon v. Oh my gosh, I don't remember his team very well, so please bear with me. I'm trying to remember what I can. My memory is absolutely horrible about this because I was already sleep deprived to an extent. Didn't go to bed till 2 in the morning that night. Woke up at 6. Got breakfast, went down there, started talking with everybody. Ended up being near the back of the line because I spent so much time talking with people. But I digress. We had fun. It went down to the line. I ended up ultimately losing. So I was like, yeah, that's probably game. Like, it's either I gotta go X2 and hopefully win, or, X3 and, be out for good. And next match I won. Next match was actually really good. The guy had a Celesteela, a Scizor, oh, I don't remember what his other 4 mons were. But I remember he went Celesteela and Scizor. And it was super easy. Oh, yeah, the other one was a little Marowak. So I knew that I was naturally faster. So I ran Nihilego and Tapu Koko lead, which was ungodly predicted because he led Marowak and Celesteela. So I protected first turn naturally with my, I protected naturally with my Tapu Koko because I'm not going to get through that I mean, I'm not going to get to that Celesteela with Marowak on the field. Turns out he was running a Rockhead, a Rockhead one to scare off everything, so he didn't get any recoil from the or Flare Blitz, which was really clever. But I hit him with the Power Gem, knocked it out, and then turn two, it was just quick 4-0 sweep afterwards. Second turn around, that's when I realized it was a Flare Blitz. I mean, it was a Rockhead Flare Blitz set because I led Metagross, unintentionally. I wasn't thinking. I thought I had him in the second. I mean, I thought I had him in the third spot with second spot because I forgot to sit there and say yes to Salamence in the second spot with Tapu Koko. So that being the case, it was a little rougher. I beat him 2-0, and that's when I realized, he had Scizor and so. Well, I mean, I knew from the title screen or battle screen, but I did that because I was going to flamethrower the Celesteela, I was going to flamethrower the possible Scizor and stuff like that. But that's when I realized because he flare blitzed my Tapu Koko, did a lot of damage, but he had no recoil. I think I actually killed my Tapu Koko. I do not recall offhand. But at that point I was 4-4, and then number 5 was kind of a blur. I know I think I lost that one. I think that was the one I lost next, and at that point I was like, yep, nope, I'm out. Like, I know for a fact there's absolutely no way I'm making it to day 2. And that was the point I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to, be a little more reckless because it's just absolutely no use in, being a tryhard because I'm not going to make it to day 2. And that was, no, I actually won that one. And I was sitting there, I was like, hey, I'm picking up steam. And in the next one, I won as well. And I know this because my mom came down and we were talking and stuff like that. I was like, "Don't worry, mom. I'm going to go, 5-3, or no, not 5-3, 6-3. I'll go 6-3 for you because I did the next two. I was like, maybe I'm going to do it. Then the next one, like the sixth one, I'm getting so messed up on numbers right now. I'm so sorry. I went 5-2. Yeah, I went 5-2. No. I went 4-3. I went 4-3. I'm so sorry. I went 4-3 because I remember the fourth one, like the win number 4, was against this one lady, and I was in the VIP area. Like, that's when I had to go over to the VIP. Honestly, and I hate saying this, I hate saying bad about other people and stuff like that, but this lady was unreasonably snobby. Like, I don't know why she was acting the way she was, just because she paid like extra money. And the dude next to me, oh my gosh, I hate saying bad about fellow trainers and stuff, but like, these guys were just it. They were not nice. They were not nice people. Like, she refused to be any kind of sportsmanship. I said, hey, my name's Timothy. I tried to talk to her, and she just was like completely ignoring me. She was like on her phone and everything. Like, I think she was on her phone or something like that. Or she was like looking down, and like she was like not paying attention. I was like, okay, whatever, and stuff like that. Started battling. She had like a huge poison and steel type team. And I knew that my team was faster, so I literally just 4-0'd her with Nihilego and Metagross. And then the second round again, I led with Whimsicott and Nihilego, and that's when Nihilego just 4-0'd her. Like, didn't even stand a chance. And, like, she was acting like I didn't deserve that win. She's like, good game, I guess. I really should have won that one. And, like, I was like, I tried not to say anything mean, but I was like, I mean, you do have a crippling weakness. And she's like, but I like my fairy types. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Went on my way, lost the next one, and that one was round 8. I remember that one very well. Round 8, because we had no. Yeah, it was round 8. And the reason I know it was round 8 is because I won that one because nobody the guy literally, I sat down, I was waiting, and the guy sat there, it's like, I give up. Like, he quit. So I had a bye on that one. So that's what got me up to 4-4. So I must have missed one. I definitely missed a battle there. That's my bad. I lost a battle in between. I'm getting so confused. I'm super sorry, guys. I'm like so sorry. I really should have taken the notes. especially for like post game like this. So I rambled on. Um, I lost a match in between. Yeah, I know I lost a match in between because I had a huge Grimer. I mean, not Grimer. Oh my god, Muck issue because it was Muck Porygon. I got bodied by it. Like I just got utterly trashed by it. And I mean, it was whatever. Yeah, I remember that one because that was one before the VIP. So that's my bad. That's totally my bad. I am so sorry. And I know I'm apologizing a lot, but like that's false information on how this goes. I'm trying to remember. I won, lost, won, lost, won, won, by one. If that makes any sense. No, wait, hang on. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I won, lost, won, because I know I was 2-2 at one point. Then I lost again. Then I won again. I think I've gone dumb. I'm sorry. I know I went 5-4. I know I went 5-4, and I know I got a bye, and I won the 9th round. So, how does that go? Because I know. Okay, no. I know what happened then. Never mind. I do know that I got the bye, and that seemed like it drug on forever because I think it was round 7. Somebody went the entire hour, or 50 minutes. Went the entire 50 minutes between a battle between a Stall Celesteela and a Recycle Figgy Berry Snorlax. It was. I wanted to lose my mind when I figured out what that was about because I didn't learn until day 2 when I was talking to. Sorry. Sorry. That one came back really bad with a vengeance. I think I'm really getting sick. I didn't realize, I didn't find out until day 2. And I won. I was really upset that it took 90 minutes for them to practically end up tying because they were both at full health at the end of it. So I can't say I was unhappy, but at the same point I was like, are you serious right now? But anyways, yeah, because the guy came up afterwards and he's like, I just forfeit, I'm done. He had that pass slip or whatever it is. It's like a forfeit slip, drop slip, that's what it's called. And, you got a judge, and I was like, hey, this guy just drop slipped. The other 2 people that were waiting for their people, like the entire table that we were sitting at, none of it, or like the entire half table that we were sitting at, none of us had a single competitor. So we were just like, well, I mean, we all just sat there, we were hanging out and stuff like that, and I was really glad because I was charging my system at the time. Like, we were all just having fun, we were having a good time, we were just talking and stuff like that. I got to meet them, really cool people. Definitely shout outs to them because they were so cool. They were helping me out because we were like, we're at the end, it doesn't really matter. And then the last match was without a doubt one of my favorite ones. Definitely one of my favorite matches because the dude had such a unique team. He was running Pheromosa, something, I don't remember his entire team. I remembered Pheromosa and Ditto. Pheromosa and Ditto were the 2 I remember the best. And actually, I really wish I could figure out how to check the last battle replay. I really wish I could, solely for the fact being I could show you his team. But it was so good because I remember his Ditto transformed into my Gastrodon. Like, he switched it in, and it took the Storm Drain, which ultimately led to the Pheromosa high jump kicking the Prometheus and killing Prometheus. And it ended up being a stall war between the 2 Gastrodons, per se, the imposter Gastrodon and Squishy. And it came down to the toxic. We were going back and forth, we were speed tying, we were doing everything, and it just ultimately came down to the point that the last point that really counted, my Gastrodon was faster. And I got to the recover because he went to go for the Ice Beam just to, make sure I didn't have enough to recover that toxic. And at that point, it got to the point where my game was flashing red. Like, it got to the point where it was like urgent, do or die, stuff like that. And then we got over there. Or actually, no, it was red. I thought I could handle it to game 2. That's what happened, because it started flashing during game 2. And he ultimately won game 2. And it just came down to the wire. We went over to the charging stations. And I remember that so well because the professor, he wasn't paying attention. Like, we were all tired and stuff. He accidentally called it purgatory, which was just absolutely hilarious. I wish I got the professor's name so I can give him a big shout out. The professors, the helpers, every single person there. The judges. Ultimately, everybody was super, super awesome. But it came down to game 3. And that was so fun. Like, it felt like, it was champion versus the one running up for the title, last minute. Who's going to walk home champion? Who's going to walk home, 4-4 or 4-5 and 5-4? It comes down to that, and ultimately I walked away. Like, we were both, like, we exchanged and we talked and stuff like that, and it was super cool. And honestly, I really, really wish I could save the battles, because if there was any one battle I could save, I would show those 3 battles. And I can't show you the last one because he wasn't paying attention, and he quickly ripped his game away, which ended up freezing it at the end. And he's like, well, I mean, it's frozen, but you already won, because it was post-game, so my screen was sitting there black for like 5 minutes. I was like, oh my god, I really wish I could just save this game. I wish I could save this battle. And like, he's like, dude, I'm so sorry, because like I already explained to him what I did. I was a YouTuber, I was a Twitch streamer, and stuff like that. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry. It's like, dude, it's perfectly good. But it was one of the best battles I've ever had. It was down to the wire, every single match. It was just like we were pitting wits against each other. It was, oh my god, I really, really, really wish. And you know what? Actually, I do have his email right here, and I'm looking right at it right now. And I really, 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 really want to battle him someday, and honestly, it's going to be on this channel. You could definitely tell when it's going to be, because it will be one of the most hyped matches ever. But yeah, guys, that's how it went down to an extent. I'm sorry for that huge, like, 5-minute roundabout of, oh, this is what happened, no, this is what happened, this is what happened, no, this is what happened, because I hit the dumbs, and honestly, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the next time I get to go to one of these things, because it makes me super happy. I don't care that I lose. It fills me with so much energy, so much excitement. It just helps me. Like, I can't say it renews my love for Pokemon, but it just helps further it, because I meet new people, get to see old faces, get to hang out with everybody, help exchange knowledge. That's the best part. It's like, it's a knowledge thing. You help learn tactics. And actually, that's what I wanted to say in this last part is, I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what I'm going to be using for my next team, but I'm really, really wanting to ponder something, and you guys are actually going to see the team in the next video that's going to be uploaded. It's like going to be uploaded almost side by side, and it's going to be uploaded side by side. It's going to be on the Showdown Live, so guys, if you guys want to go see that, definitely go check it out. Go see what the team I'm really, really, really wanting to use. It's just going to be a nightmare to get the Pokemon for it, because it's going to be one of the longest things ever. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like down below. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing, because I'm going to be getting way more into detail with VGC. This weekend, 5 Ways to Use a Mon is coming back. I know I said I was going to have it on the 2nd, but I just looked at it. My script was gone. Everything was gone. I was going to record it as soon as I woke up and everything like that. And I was so upset that I forgot to save it, because I just turned my computer off when I was gone, before I left. Didn't even think about it, so I lost everything that wasn't saved. That was on me. I'm super sorry, but it will be back. I promise you guys. I know I keep saying it will be back, it will be back, it will be back, it will be back, it will be back. But it's going to be back. I promise. It's going to be back this weekend. Everything's going like straight up Pokemon and VGC. I mean, there's still going to be stuff like Beard Pack and stuff like that, but that's totally different. That's Minecraft. That's going to be back. I mean, that's still going to be around, but this channel is pretty much going straight up overdrive Pokemon. Anyways, guys, again, if you guys like this, Don't forget to leave a like. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to go check out everybody. Yeah, I've mentioned in the down below that I can, Major Bowman, everybody else. Don't forget to go show them out. I mean, go show them some love, please. They need it. They played their hearts out. They did so good. And I really wish I could do more than just shout them out. But again, guys, don't forget to show them some love. Don't forget to leave a like. Leave a comment what you guys think about the team, what I could have done better, what could I have changed up to probably go, 9 and 0, just what I could have done. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it, and I'll see you guys next time where, well, I mean, you guys going to see what is next time. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye-bye.